Come. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Marisa, and today I was gonna do kind of like a fun craft thing. I was thinking we would walk and try and find some satsumas, and if they are not in bloom or fruiting, then I have some like little mandarins I was gonna use, and we'll make like an orange garland they do around the Christmas time. So stick around. You can grab it. Here you go. Yes, I have him in a stroller because sometimes it's easier to just wheel a baby around in a stroller occasionally when you need him right by you. Say hi. Vivacious today. We're gonna make some orange garland. Yay! Little boy's gonna help. Preheat the oven.
Look at all of them. Whoa. He said, oh my goodness.
Wait, I want to get it on film. You gave him all
You trying to hold them up. You see none of them fall. Oh no. Hold them all, guys.
Keep them all. Oh no. While the oranges are cooking, I thought I'd talk about a crazy thing that had happened to me recently and stuff, and it's just going on. And basically about like a week ago, after we both like pretty much like healed from like an RSV or just like cold situation going on in the with all of us in the family, I had like a tiny little like blistery bump pop up on my arm and on my legs and on my leg, and I was like, oh, this is, you know, weird. At first I didn't think anything of it, and then I was like, oh, maybe it was like poison ivy, because I had like the cat maybe like got into some poison ivy outside in his little like caged outside area, and he sometimes would sleep in the bed next to me, and maybe I got poison ivy somehow that way. And then it started to get so much worse. It was like intensely itchy. I feel like I'm better when it comes to writing than talking. I don't know why it just like flows so much better. So, because I did have, I've just been feeling a lot of stress and a lot going on in my life, and everything feels like it's piling up on itself, and like just all the like finances going on, and everything's so expensive, and juggling things with him and trying to reach goals in our lives. And I think it kind of got a hold of me too much, and my body responded, we'll say that. After it kind of amounted to a peak breaking point, I sat down on my computer and I just started writing my experience. Okay, you hold on to that because you're so drooly. Faded chatter and shuffling of passers-by. Sometimes it feels like you are a fly on the wall. People watching but different, because dis-ease is the reason each person has found themselves within these walls of the hospital. I sat scrunched in as tight of a ball as possible, with my face peering into my phone, ashamed, distraught, and hopeless. A small rash written off as a possible poison ivy exposure has spread largely over my body and inevitably become infected on my leg. As the ER doctor put it, you have two things going on: an unidentified rash and the rash that got infected. I took my prescription for oral Bactrim and referral to dermatology and walked down the hall. Why does it always seem that when you are at the peak moment of stress, chaos, jumbling to keep your mind in one direction, that the universe decides to add the physical manifestation of disease? My body was telling me something, and the only spiritual connection I could make was that I was losing boundaries. Just as the boundary of my skin has lost to the bacteria that made its home in my epidermis. I've always struggled with boundaries. It wasn't until recently that I even knew that was my problem. Feeling uncomfortable about doing something, I would reassure myself that in order to grow, I need to get out of my comfort zone. I should trust those around me who are urging me to do so. It is still obviously something that is a present and constant battle. How do you distinguish between challenging your inner fears and hesitations versus doing something you feel uncomfortable about because it is innately against your inner will to do so? Later that night when I got home, I lathered the antibiotic cream all over my skin, covered myself in long sleeves and pants, and proceeded to care for my innocent little 5-month-old baby boy, whom I worried about in each moment for fear of spreading this unknown illness to him. With a week-long regimen of oral antibiotics, I breastfed him one last time before having to give him bottles until my body was cleared of the medicine. Thankfully, my breasts were spared from the itchy welts that took over elsewhere on my skin. If only you could pop a small pill and cure whatever personal mental challenges you were to overcome in this life. As I lay stiff in my bed, my skin feeling as if it was crawling and tingling, I felt a deep rush of helplessness in giving into whatever this was to be for me, and willing to learn whatever it was to teach me. Not first, though, without filling myself with negativity and pity that I consciously indulged in. A lesson I thought I had learned is one that no one can save you but yourself. 2 urgent care visits and a trip to the ER proved me that once again. There's no worse feeling than going to who you believe to be an expert and to find they know about just as much as you do. Perhaps you need the ingredient of hopeless rock bottom to feel the surface beneath your hands and push against it. To be continued. So I was gonna write another little excerpt after this one. I went to the dermatologist today, and we'll leave the result for the next video. What do you think? Huh? Who is that little boy in the camera, huh? Who is that little boy? Wait. Pick out what we're gonna wear. Running out of long sleeves. You're gonna do your laundry. You can still fit in these. Maybe not. Maybe.